Yeah. Do you guys have any other questions before we start? I could I can maybe pull up what you sent me, but also show you an example of a collection we just finished to give you an idea of both. So let me know which one you would like to look at first.
I mean, we should just look at the one that you've done already,
Okay.
see what you've accomplished, and then we'll get an idea of what we're going for.
Yeah, so this is for Al's collection, Al Diaz. We broke apart his artwork into layers.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
So could you, say the text that we sent you that's on ours, right? There's like the text that's handwritten. I don't know if you remember.
No, I have to pull it up and
Right.
just go through it again because I've been doing.
So right now it's
ones.
in like white, it's like whatever it is with the transparency. Now, could you take that and make it gold? Could you take like a white layer of text, which is handwritten text, and instead of white, could it be gold or things like that? Is one of my questions.
Well, we need all of those things to be given by the artist. So we don't generate the actual images. What we do is we combine them in different configurations. Right. So
but you don't do any coloring or color shifting or any of that kind of stuff.
No.
Okay.
We would manually do it if there's like somebody that needs help, like I can assist. But to actually create them, it would take a lot of time to do that.
No, okay. Got it. And I could do that. And is there like a layer max or how many layers? She said 5, I think, but is it always just 5?
No, there's no max.
Oh, okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see if I should download anything new you sent me. I had the butterfly image.
Yeah, I think we should just work with that for right now.
Okay.
I'd like to work. That's what Adam and I have been working on together.
Let me just find it here.
And Adam, Al Diaz's work that he's going to show, his other name is Somo. He's like done graffiti all over the country in New York. It's like pretty well done.
Cool. That's good. I love graffiti, so I love that.
Yeah, if you just want to show us like how to do the layers and the attributes.
Yeah, I'm looking at my recent files and I can't find. Do you know the file name I can search for the butterfly one?
Yeah, I think what's the name of the piece of
Butterfly effect.
Effect. Butterfly effect. Thank you.
Otherwise, I can resend it to you.
Yeah, because it was a link, right? It wasn't an attachment, so.
It was an attachment, but
it was?
Here, I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, if you don't mind, that would be best. Yeah, because I'm seeing on the emails a WeTransfer link. But it's expired.
That was not for this. I'm sending you it right now.
Oh, I found one that says butterfly layers. Okay, so let me share my screen now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I remember looking at these layers, and so what I'm seeing here is that at the bottom of the project is the entire composition, meaning everything is merged, right? So there's the hands with the butterflies. So what happens is if we add this, for example, on a separate layer, it overlaps the merged effect, so it's okay. But ideally, when you start with a background, it shouldn't have butterflies, because the whole point is to have a butterfly in different shape or form. Like it could be the black and white one that's in the merged, like this one you have.
So this
I
isn't
guess.
merged. This is a photograph that she took, so you couldn't like the butterfly. There's no
Oh,
picture without the butterflies. Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Okay, I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, I mean, you guys have the right setup then, besides that comment. And then what I would do is when you go to SwapX, I'm in the middle of uploading one, but let me pull up a new screen so that I can restart. Let's see if I go to SwapX with this browser. It asks you to connect to your wallet.
We have to remove the ASIC.
So now that I entered my MetaMask password,
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but I'm using Chrome with the MetaMask plugin.
Okay.
Once it identifies that I'm logged into my MetaMask and I'm on swapx.com, it pulls up my account. So
Not difficult.
when you do it for the first time, it'll ask you to enter a username and enter an email. It'll validate your email, after which you're basically able to create content on SwapX.
Move that button alone. Then my old
So we don't
And-
sign in under you. We don't upload to you. We upload to ourselves.
Yeah, because you have to upload from a personal address,
Okay.
which then becomes the recipient of any purchase funds.
Got it.
It's direct peer-to-peer. So
Okay.
you have to upload using a wallet, and we can talk about that separately if you haven't ever done that.
I have a
But
MetaMask account.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what we created is a system where you can get royalties to your wallet, and also you can do revenue share. So for Lonnie, her art gallery, we're doing like revenue split. When you create a wallet and you create your project, you can enter both addresses there. So that's why it's really
Perfect.
awesome that it gives you so much freedom. So I'm
So
just going
Layla
Yeah.
and I will do that. And Layla, you can tell me which email is the right email for that or whatever that you would use.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
yeah, it's important to have something that isn't gonna expire or go away, you know, so make
Right.
sure you enter a convenient email address, after which we will recognize your wallet to that email.
Okay.
So for example, here I clicked on start now for demonstrating purposes. You would want to create all your layers before you do this, but I have some layers that I can share with you now that I can illustrate the idea. So there's two networks we recommend. One is accessible for everyone, which is Polygon, meaning when you create projects on Polygon, the transaction fee is like 20 cents to the network, not to us. But a lot of people prefer Ethereum because of its, network is huge and there's a lot of blue chip NFT projects on it. So you would first have to make a choice on which network to be on.
Now, well, like I don't know, which one to choose. I wouldn't know. So is there any guidance there?
I think if you want to be blue chip, you should go to Ethereum. But if you want to just have maybe anybody become a customer, then it's better for Polygon. The difference is that if you advertise your project to people who are usually purchasing things for like under $50, they'll likely not purchase it on Ethereum because just the fact of transacting with the Ethereum network is going to cost them an additional $30. So it's
Right.
it's like a delivery fee basically. But on
So it's not like-
Polygon,
yeah, go ahead.
like 20 cents.
Yeah. Okay. So Layla, it sounds like Polygon because you were saying that the NFTs are selling pretty cheap. So, right? Does that sound reasonable or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, isn't that the premise of this whole thing with you guys, is that you break the one NFT up into a bunch of different variants and then we sell them for like $20 each or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's an open system which you can utilize for single NFTs or as many NFTs NFTs as you want. And it really comes down to strategy and who you're going to cater towards. And I think that what you just described is very much compatible with Polygon, because then the price of each NFT will be, more attractive. It's just we don't control the markets, we just give you the tools, and who knows what can happen in a few months. It could be like another craze. So it's good to have investments into both networks. Like you don't only have to have one project. You can have one on Polygon, one on Ethereum.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so you can graduate to Ethereum kind of thing.
Yeah, you can drop a second collection.
Can you drop the same collection on both?
You can. It's just awkward because if somebody's confused, then no one's going to explain them which one's the real one. So let me just quickly go through these steps, because I know we'll have way more questions that are particular to the technicals of actually doing the art. So, and then we can come back. So when I click on that, it says your MetaMask is currently on Ethereum. Make sure you switch to Polygon. So it'll automatically detect that. I say, okay, switch. So now if I check my MetaMask, up here it says Polygon, which is the correct network for creating on Polygon. If you change that, it'll give you an error. So let's not mess with those settings once the recommended amount is there. So the first page of the Create collection will ask you to upload layer by layer the composition of your project. Initially, the question of how many NFTs do you want to end up with, you can put an arbitrary number and then you can modify it as you go, because the possible combinations will be displayed to you as you build it. So right now there's 0 possible combinations and 1 visible layer, which is empty. So what I'll do is I'll click on upload, and in my downloads folder, I have like a finished projects I can show you. So all Diaz here, I put everything in a folder, which is easier for me to organize each layer under instead of having them just like floating in my downloads folder. So once you go to that folder, I name the layers for like if you were in Photoshop, I kind of use the same chronological order. So my bottom layer is layer 1, and then my top layer will be whatever number I end up on. So if I use Photoshop or I use Procreate on the iPad, it's the same thing. I end up saving those transparencies as PNG files, and then I group them per layer. So if I go to layer 1, I created 6 backgrounds, or sorry, 5 backgrounds, and I can preview these. They're just basically different colors that will be the background space. So there's no merged anything here. It's just, the bottom layer.
Right. Okay.
And when you upload, you want to upload to that bucket. And what the system does, it'll show you how randomly they will be selected.
Yep.
So then you go ahead and you name these backgrounds, or you can be creative and say like oils, whatever you want to call your own projects attributes, because when people look at this on any exchange, this name will appear as a property of that NFT. So if at the end this ends up being the layer 1, what ends up looking on properties, maybe I can pull up another project here. Let me go to something popular here. So for example, this NFT, in their attributes, it says the clothes are bandolier, the background is a new punk blue, the hat is a police motorcycle helmet. So what we've done is we've given you an input field for that attribute's title, and then each attribute would have another name. So it'll say oil blue, and then you can say oil white. That's why these fields are kind of relevant, because they do end up on the client-facing sites as well.
Yeah.
And after that, it's the distribution of each attribute, and it'll default to the division you uploaded. Like if it's 5, then it adds up to 100%. But you could also modify that and say, you know what? I only want 1% out of 100 to get a red NFT. So in that case, instead of 20%, I'll say 1%. So what the system does, it gives me 19 blank ones. So if it's a background, you don't want to
You can assign, right?
yeah, you want to reassign those. But if it was like something that goes on top of everything, like a secret message, you could put 99% blank, right? Because then it's okay that it's transparent for most NFTs and only one of them gets that secret message. So this is where you have strategy applied too. And if I quickly just put like, 25, 25, 25, 25, well, I need to remove one. Now it adds up to 100, so this layer is ready to go.
Got it.
Another cool thing is like when you name your files, they will automatically show up in this input. So instead of entering twice, you could just name the files outside of the app. And when I upload them, it'll have actual names like layer 1.2. Because that's the name I chose.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll show how it looks like when you add another layer. So I'll go back and choose layer 2, select all of these guys. And again, they're distributed 12% each. And when I click refresh, the background changes and that layer changes. So now it's telling me you have 25 possible combinations by just having done 2 layers.
Okay.
Then I'll add one
like
more.
I cannot see the chance on that. You want this or not?
So now there's like a third layer that goes on top of that second layer that creates different composition.
Oh.
I mean, that's the idea. At this point, we
Yeah.
have 50 combinations, but let me just add something like
This is great because you can preview. You could think you have a good look, and then you bring it in here and you start looking at the variations. And you can make decisions based on that.
Yeah, sometimes you realize that there's like a composition problem, or
Right.
you don't see something that's overlapping.
Yep.
But you can test that easily on Photoshop too.
That's true.
I want to add something like 5 layers just to give you an idea of what happens like to the possibilities. So it goes up to 250.
Yeah.
And if you end up doing 5 layers, you can have thousands.
Okay.
I think
that is me.
It's interesting. You have 5 layers, but then you have multiple attributes inside of. So it seems like it would seem like it would already be a lot higher than 250 options between all those 5 colors, all those 5 different. You know what I mean? Doesn't it seem like no? I don't know.
That's what I thought too.
Right. I don't know.
I think it's because we put 1% here. Let me just re-upload this.
What do you think about it?
Oh,
It's all good. I don't need to figure the math out.
but yeah, anytime you reduce any of these, it makes lower chances of additional variance because you're basically cutting down on like when you have 2 and it's 50-50, then you're basically doubling the size. But if you reduce this 50 to like 1, it should reduce this number too.
I get
But
it.
I guess, yeah,
good.
a little disappointed with the number 2. As you add more attributes, it'll go up much quicker.
Right. All right. We'll work it out.
So then there's another page here which will ask you about the dates.
I think with mine, I wouldn't probably want to sell more than 250 because the goal is that like in order to be building momentum and success on the platforms, you want to be selling out, right?
Yeah, some of the guys chose 100, so and then
Got it.
some people chose 300 or 500, so that's a good sweet spot to be in.
Yep. Okay. Noted.
And so this is the page before last, before you submit. It asks you what is the collection name. So this is like the title. It could be like butterfly, something,
Effects,
and
yeah.
then effect. And then for the symbol, it's just a search term that people can use to search for this project easier. So it could be like BFE or something, whatever you want to call it. Like it could be 3 or 4 symbols. The description is about this collection, which is not to be confused with the author bio, because then there's a user page that has the author bio, and it also has what collections that user has uploaded. And when you go to collection, then there's a collection description.
Okay.
So this will be like, this project was originated in and by using mixed media, so on and so forth. You can like characterize whatever is, and here you can also maybe talk about if there's anything rare in the project, so that before it's been minted, people can have an idea of what's inside that's different.
Right. Okay, cool. And Layla and I think we can work it out, that description there.
Mhm.
Yeah. There is a page dedicated to the collection, so there's a banner area. So if you want to put any like supportive imagery there, like it needs to be horizontal, so it can fit on a horizontal page.
Yep.
So here's one we created, like it has some of the elements. And then here, the creator wallet, you can do revenue split here. I can send you Lonnie's address. It's basically another number like this, and then you can designate the share. So this will be like the blueprint of the contract, so that anytime there's a sale, it automatically splits.
Right. And Layla, do you have a MetaMask account?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So you just log in with your MetaMask account, and it'll have already your address in.
Cool. And so if we sign in under hers, we would just add my whatever MetaMask, what do you call it, wallet,
That
URL
way,
or whatever.
then you can add it. All I'm aware of is that Lonnie asked me to create a revenue split for her artist. So you guys can talk that out with her. And she wanted to basically have this functionality there. So whatever the split would be between you guys, you
So
can
we'll
enter.
just split between me and Adam, and then we'll give the other split to her.
Yeah. And then royalties, they're exchange specific. So in this case, I recommend putting 7%, which goes to the original wallet. That's only for secondary sales. And
So
then
that the royalty can't be split?
no, not in a automated fashion, because it's actually a separate contract, because it only occurs after these things have been minted, and you would have to pay a gas fee for that to be split for you. So what we decided to do is just make it easier by, the minting is like the full amount of like 200 or 300 that you decide. All of those will be split, but then on the secondary, it'll be on the, creators, basically their decision on how to manage that, because it would cost too much money to split it on Ethereum, especially. But for now, we don't have any additional functionality.
Can we work out a way to split it with this particular case with Adam? Like, is there a way that I could do it just in this one case where we could split the royalties?
Right now there isn't any like functionality for that. It's just really this is like a complete working tool, but adding stuff like that could take months. So it involves a lot of testing.
Are you considering adding it at all?
I was, but after I learned about the implications of gas fees, it just seems too confusing. Like you basically create two different contracts, and not all exchanges respect it. So we can honor it if it's on our exchange, but if another platform obtains a secondary sale, they don't have any obligation to use that royalty contract, because the original contract just takes care of the minting, and then after that, the buyer and seller have an agreement with the exchange they're on, and that exchange ultimately can decide if to apply the royalty or not. So it's a, you know, it's a decentralized world, and having rules makes it difficult because you have to have universal rules. And right now, I think the most elegant solution is to keep it open, so that there's less possibilities of creating a mistake where you think you're going to get it, but you don't. In this case, you know that the original wallet gets it, so then you can have any discussion once there's secondary accumulation, you know?
Adam, I
Understood.
don't mind it going through your wallet if you feel more comfortable that way. I trust you.
I trust you too, dear. So, all right, we'll get on together after. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. So, and then the last part is the date you want the project to be posted. So what will happen when you submit is it'll show up on our website as a created project, but it won't be available to purchase until this date. So there's a public start time and there's a private start time. So
Nice.
if we create a private sale, it makes it easier to market this project because you can offer like a limited time discount. So let me just show you what that looks like. If I add private sale, it'll say what is the price for the private sale and what is the date. So for our show, we're doing the 17th at 12 a.m. will be the private start time, and the price can be like, let's say 20. And then on the public start time, we change it 3 days later. And then we say, instead of 20, let's say 40. So on our website, it'll say private sale on the 17th for 0.5%. I mean, 50% off. And then
That's
it'll
$20 or 20.
This is 20 Matic. So it's, I think it's equivalent to like 80 cents. So it's around $20. You can check that. And when you're ready to name the price, you can actually put an exact number here. But I just want to illustrate the strategy behind this, which if you go to one of the posted works that is not on sale yet, for example, Brian's project, it says register now because the private sale hasn't started yet on the calendar.
Yeah.
And it says private sale is for 0.02 ETH, which normally will be 0.03. So it's kind of a cool pre-sale to advertise.
Yeah.
And you can use it to market it before the event, and then you decide if it's the same price or, you know, what's the difference.
Right. I'm pretty hazy on all this stuff. I'm not sure, Layla, if you understand, you know, and can go move forward, or if we were going to need help pricing this. You know, what are other people in our same demographic? What are they pricing at, you know?
Yeah, I would say if you're going on Polygon, you can do really cheap. So you can do like, if you want 250 items and you want eventually to sell each one for like $10, then you can do the pre-sale for like $5. So, and then you can limit how many each person can buy. This is not relevant to a new time user because there's no real demand yet. But when somebody has, you know, an established presence in the NFT world and they release a collection, usually it sells out, and you want to limit how many each buyer can do, because the more buyers are involved in your collection, the more legitimate it is. So usually it's a number between 2 to 10. You can do 10. This is also cool because if you're on Ethereum, you can mint 10 at a time and you pay 1 gas fee. Instead of, you know, if you were to buy 10 and each time you pay a gas fee, at the end of the day, you end up spending double the amount of money because they're almost worth the same as the gas fee. But for Polygon, it's not a big issue. And this is what I recommend, just like that, like, you know, private
What
on the
if we
7th.
did 20 through Ethereum versus 100 on Polygon? Is that better just for keeping like high tier collectors and people involved? Because
So
like,
are you
example,
suggest
I have less collectors and less popularity that I have to build that in the NFT world, but my collectors usually spend like $10,000-$20,000. So I just feel like there might be a benefit to doing a lower number if we can reduce the gas fee on Ethereum and still keep it with that blue chip kind of vibes.
so yeah, you just have to decide if you want to go on Ethereum or Polygon, but I wouldn't recommend doing both.
Right.
Right. No,
But your
I,
clientele is more blue chip, so it's right. So it seems like you might want to lean over there.
yeah, that's what I feel like. It might be worth trying and doing. Yeah, just keep it nice, limited edition on Ethereum.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there like do you all do features on your site? Like you're mentioning marketing, like how do you market these?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we want to add you on our next event. So we have the future and past art legends coming up on the 20th. So assuming everybody drops the collection before then, we will add it to this page. And then we will be reaching out to a lot of different groups and investors to check out all the works and also attend the event.
Yeah. Do you do it on your homepage too? Do you have features on your homepage?
So yeah, it's
Oh, there. Okay.
on the
That is your
top.
homepage. All right, great. Thank you.
And is there any potential media or interviews or anything that we could do in preparation? I have a pretty good mailing list. Like, I would love to be able to send something out. Do you think you have any people who are working with you who would write like some sort of story about it?
Yeah, so I'm hoping Anthony will write something, and we usually have interviews during the event, but for before the event, I would probably maybe do something like this where we record it and you can utilize that. Our staff can conduct those as well.
Can
And
you get Anthony to do something before the event? Is there any human way you could get him to do that?
I don't know because I haven't worked with him prior to this. So I am waiting for him to finish his drop, which is pretty much ready. He just needs to figure out how to use the MetaMask, and we're waiting on that. So I think this is a good time for us to kind of chime in and do all these
Yeah, you
ideas.
should really, 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 really push him to do that before the event, because if he puts that up in White Hot Magazine, which is where I assume he's going to publish it before the event, that would be wonderful. And the way you can do that is like get him to come in and write the article in your office, or somebody goes to him and like, I mean, it's having him write about it is like gold, you know, that's
Yeah.
the highest you could want.
So I think Todd had been helping with that effort because he's been to our office and I gave him so much information and we kind of gave him an iPad to use, and he was pretty excited to use it. I mean, he changed his entire perspective on creating digitally because he was completely unaware of that, and now he's submitted
Yeah, no, I've talked
artworks.
to him. I've talked to him since he started. He loves it. That's why I'm saying it would be a very favorable article. Anthony Hayden Guest is like a very legendary, famous art critic.
Oh yeah. Okay, that would be amazing, of course.
He's 86. He was the first to write about Picasso, the Beatles, Warhol.
No shit.
Basquiat killed himself the day after a bad interview from Anthony came out. Anthony was the editor for Interview magazine, and he's worked with Vanity Fair, also many things like, and he's been a famous war journalist. So you should really try and get that article if you can. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
do anything good
They
to
told me he's on hiatus for 5 days. I don't know what that means, but I've been trying to
Needs a break.
get him to drop his stuff, and at that point, I think, yeah, it makes sense for him to talk about it. I can't obviously promise that
Yeah,
he will
yeah.
do it, but if you can suggest him also, then I think,
Yeah, I'll call him today. I
think we should definitely do it.
You should, yeah, just bring him coffee or oysters or apples or something. Just do what you can to make it happen,
Yeah, no, we've been always welcoming, and anytime he's here, we have a good time. So it was like important to first educate on what blockchain is and what the relevance is, and then how to create. So we did all of that, and I think he has more than enough material on any of the topics, whether it's digital assets or art using iPads or NFTs. I think it's up to his discretion. So the next step is really just getting his availability, and I'm waiting on that. And apart from that, I think we have a press release. We have our own sources of media that we're reaching out to and posting on. And then on the day, we will create, videos and interviews that we can then utilize for each artist and market the projects, which are, they'll live beyond the project. So
Yeah. Are you thinking about moving into video at all as well?
we do have GIFs. You can upload GIFs just as you would PNGs, and those can be animated to a certain length. So if all of the uploads are at the same frame count, then it'll synchronize with no problems, and you can preview it. You can, like, I was testing it with this thing on the edge, the profile picture. So that was my background, and then I added additional layers, and you can just build your project with animation.
Yeah, like this, this project is animated. It has the butterflies flying and all, and the writing kind of writes itself. Could we turn that into multi-layers, like this whole process?
It's a little ambitious for the amount of time we have, because you also got to respect that they are under 10 megabytes each uploaded file. And sometimes when you're doing kind of a transcribing a long video to GIF, it's not very optimizable. I don't know if your animation is short or if it's long, but depending on the file size,
it's like 20 seconds or something.
Yeah, so at a frame rate of like 30, that's 600 frames each. Yeah, if you want to give it a try, I mean, I would love to see it. And you just have to be aware of the workload involved.
What's the maximum megabytes?
10
on the GIF. 10 megabytes. Wow. Okay.
It's on each file you upload.
Each file. So, but if it's video, then it's each animated layer, right?
Yeah, you would have to export the written animation as transparency.
Right.
And then it could be like 600 frames if it's 20 seconds, right?
Yeah,
So-
so we'll see if it's 10 megabytes each. Yeah. All right.
Depends
All
how
right,
big you go. Bigger than 2000, like maybe 2000, like not close to 3000 because it exponentially blows up the
Yeah.
megabytes.
cool. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So where are you guys at as far as these layers? Because as you saw, you need a few categorical. So here I'm seeing 3 or maybe 4, if depending if the left and right are separate layers.
Can you
Or
drop this in the program now and see what it generates? Like, is there any way that we could see what you have right now before we add attributes?
No trades.
I mean, I can try.
I feel like in
Um,
this moment, it's
Yeah.
not it about it. I feel like we could do more here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would just do something like to give it more of a matte background effect. So you can easily see. Okay, well, I won't edit it. I'll just export these and see if it gives us a good idea. So I would make
because
a folder. I would call it,
Butterfly effect,
and then, well, I just said Layla just to
that's fine.
remember. And then layer 1, I'll create a folder. And then inside layer 1, I would create layer 1.1, which is the
background.
PNG in that layer. I don't like the new Photoshop because it doesn't let you save easily.
Yeah, it seemed like that should have been under the recent, like you were looking for. Yeah.
So that's 1, right?
Yep.
And I just do medium. And then this
Do me a
one,
favor on this layer. Click on the layer and then hit Command I. Okay, just leave it like that, and we'll just see like what, because like those 2 butterflies are the same as the ones underneath.
oh yeah, you're right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to create variations like as a test. Because
Okay,
I've got ones that look like that I'm going to put in, and they're kind of similar. So I think this will give us more options. Because you're not going to mess. The size doesn't change, does it? Like, will we get bigger butterflies, smaller butterflies, or does that not happen?
that is relative to your frame.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I would have to create all that. Okay.
So your frame should always be the same size.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of variation happening here yet.
Yeah, so I'll say
Oh.
this is layer 2.
Okay.
And we could
0.1.
also layer in parts of a completely different photograph too, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Now you
something that
get to
would,
be creative and you can just
right.
imagine
Something
how
that would,
to.
yeah, something that would live over this and live in this world, right?
Like maybe we could add a tiger or some jungle leaves or something.
Something. Yeah, that's your choice. So you know, I'm down. It'd be cool, like another piece of yours or something. You know,
We
something
could
that would
keep
go.
it as a rare one that only comes up like 5 times or something.
Oh, that's cool. Yep, I love that. That kind of option is neat, actually. To that.
Because I don't know if these are different layers, I'm just gonna put everything in layer 2 and then figure it out as I upload.
Yeah, it's just a test. So
Because it might be interesting to just have the left ones as layer 2 and the right ones as layer 3.
yeah, because
But I
that'll
just,
help.
yeah, but I just went left, right. So I'm gonna
Okay.
put them for now under one folder called layer 2. And I'll show you when I'm uploading what changes when I either select all 4 or just
Oh,
added
okay.
layer 3. And this is the text, right?
Yep.
Hello. 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 No, we good. Okay.
And then I'll just
Leave and different.
rotate this text to give it one more. Okay, so now if I go to this page, let me go back. I'm gonna
I was
delete. Yeah.
The text, one of the text layers, like if it was a different color, might help us see it better. So I wonder if you want to do that, like make it a gold or something. Make it a
Yeah, you can.
right. Just make it a different color. It might help us right now. So you can do Command U. You could. Oh, you're doing something. I see. Okay.
I'm just gonna try to guess if I can get. No. So yeah, if I do this
Yeah, but you cannot.
hue
And you will bring
saturation.
up. Yeah, right there you go. That'll give you what you're looking for. Okay. Now we'll be able to differentiate, I think, a little more. Okay.
Wait, I'm checking. Never mind. I'm checking the attribute if I can get something from.
Let's see what it looks like. So I deleted everything we uploaded, so I'm gonna start fresh and I'll do the folder layer 1. So this one is huge. It's 3000 by 3000. And one of our limitations is the dimension and the other one is the megabyte. So it shouldn't be over 3000 on the largest size.
It's fine. I just hit the max, I guess. Okay.
So I need to quickly
Make this a new document, save it smaller, and or open those guys. There you go.
Yeah, this is 3200. So let's just do 2000 on this side.
Okay.
That's still big.
Yeah, make it smaller so it uploads quicker. It's just a test, really, right?
Yeah, so let's do 2000 by 13.
Dude, I'm not gonna do this. Wait, you don't do-
That should be it. Okay. All right, so we have our single image here. You can call it background and main or something. And then on layer 2, let's see what happens if I upload all of them.
Okay.
So only one thing changes at a time.
Okay.
Which isn't ideal. So I think what I'll do is I'll do left and left. And then I'll add layer 3 and I'll do right and right.
As a new layer. Okay, that helps.
Now if I click refresh.
That's what I know. So I think
You
I
see
need
that?
to like really create some more here.
Yeah.
Because this, yeah.
This is something you can imagine in your head, but once you have like 3 or 4, then it comes up with stuff you couldn't even expect.
Okay, let's see if that we can do that.
And then let's add the text. and now you have everything. You can kind of see that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like far too basic. So I think like I need to go back in there, and I think you're
Yeah.
right. So Layla, yeah, if we could get some other, maybe some other of your pieces that we could put in here. I think
Yeah,
that would,
just cut pieces of other pieces out.
yep.
And what you want to also remember is that you don't have to write the text on the edge of your art. As long as the butterflies are uploaded on a layer above, they will always end up looking right, you know? So I know it kind of goes with the composition, but the cool thing is that you can just really overlap things and not worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. Keep the text on the bottom layer, kind of thing. Is what you.
Yeah, and then it could be like shapes. It doesn't have to be legible text.
Yep, I understand.
But
Yeah.
that's,
Okay. Cool.
you know, you have 11 possibilities here.
Not enough.
I think with a few more tweaks, you'll have everything ready.
Yeah. 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 It's a gorgeous piece. It's just for as far as this is concerned, we need some more love.
Yeah, and I like the
Literally.
effect. Yeah.
Literally need more love, Layla.
Well, we got plenty of it. So
All right. Well, yeah, whatever. Let's think.
You guys had 2 PSDs, right, Layla? I think this is one of them.
no, I had done another one originally because I was originally told that they were due like by, I forget what day, like August something, like early on. And so I had another woman that's my friend from Harvard. She broke up and put together another one because Mark said I could have as many different pieces as I wanted. So I didn't realize we were doing limited pieces. So if I can only do one piece, then I want to do the work with Adam because that's what is a priority to me.
Yeah, just to clarify, you can do as many pieces as you want, but it's kind of need to be complete, right? So I would stick to this one first, but if you finish it, you can do another one.
Yeah, yeah. But how are you showing them in the show? Because I really want to focus on this campaign, Adam. So like what is the actual showcase like in the Oculus building in the World Trade Center? What will they be on screens? Like where will they be?
Yeah, there's screens for every artist. Sometimes we have some free screens we can use for a second project, but we also put like information there. So here's to give you an idea.
Do you think you could have the animation of these up on screens as well?
Well, they do rotate.
No, yeah, but these were based on animations that I built, so just to further show the brand or whatever.
Yeah, I think there's enough display material to, like last time we created like a preview video which had a collage of interviews and a little info. So
yeah,
we can decorate the screens with elements that, like this one has 3 monitors for an art project. You could put like well, this one's central, but there's another wall that has like 4, and you can put one as the animation and another as the project. And
yeah, I think it'll help sell the pieces really to see the original animation.
Definitely.
Yeah, but it's basically like multiple screens, and we get to curate depending on the amount of art we have. So
fun. All right.
Yeah.
The first step is just finishing this one, and then we can obviously add animations and stuff.
Right. And so Layla, you have those animations. Like, how should we get those to him?
What do you mean?
How should we get the 2 that I got to him so he can display them?
Can we email them to him, or I mean, what do you?
Yeah, so I guess it's more of a question for Tigran, right? Like, so should you want me to email you links to to these, or just give you send you the animations on a drive, like on Google Drive or something,
Yeah,
or upload them directly, or
no, I would have to maybe edit them. So if you just send me the original files,
Mhm.
once we get the access to the monitors, I would create a master file or something that
Right.
binds together everything. And
So can I upload these to your site, or should I put them on my drive, Google Drive, or
yeah,
so you can get to
you can send them to me on my email, and it's as an attachment or as a link, so I
Okay.
can download them.
All right, great.
But please work on having enough combinations for this project, because right now it's not enough. So before
Yep.
we do anything else, let's make sure all of the steps that we need to upload are met. Decide on the Polygon or Ethereum, the price, get the
Okay.
wallet address, and then having the layers organized so we can upload it. And
Mhm.
then if you guys can do it, that'll be great. But I think we should have another meeting just to make sure that it's uploaded properly when you're
Okay.
ready. So I'm
Okay.
usually, in the office weekdays, but I think we're running out of time. So if there's any time that you guys want to do this, let me know in advance, and let's try to coordinate so that there's no issues during the uploading.
You got it. Yeah, I'll jump on that first. So it's first priority.
Yeah, we're on it.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank-
Thank you
thanks.
so much for your time.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, my pleasure. If there's any other questions, feel free to reach out or email me, and I'll make sure that you guys are sorted.
Nice.
Okay,
And
cool.
I'll call Anthony today for you as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll get on that side of things now and make some more marketing stuff.
Great.
Perfect.
Can this video that we just recorded on the Zoom can be sent to me or available?
Yeah, I'll send it to you after we finish talking.
Cool.
That's on Layla's side. All
Okay.
right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Layla.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Bye. Take care.
Adam, do you want to stay on?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, we need more layers. We need to make this look more yummy.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if Anthony's gonna write about it. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I get it now. I wasn't sure how they've created variants, if they changed colors or if they did sizes, but it's all just whatever we give them. So this is cool. So, I mean, you've got plenty of artwork we can choose from, that I can just tell, like textural, really beautiful stuff,
But I thought it might be interesting, since I have a bunch of the different butterflies as well, like
Right.
what if we I just saw this right now, but we could create some weird variants just with the different where is it hidden? You can see it here. But like, what if you cut out, I don't know, some of these as well, like this thing with Amanda's, or
Yep.
like it might be cool to just use some of this stuff that's already made, right?
Yeah, I would. I would take a couple of these, and then I think we'd want
Other
something.
stuff.
Something different, so it's not just all butterfly variants.
Yeah, but I just thought that might be an
It's
easy
a good start.
already.
It's great. It's great. Yeah. Some of this like textural stuff is really interesting.
What, like I thought it would be cool.
And
I
then
wish
animals.
animal. I wish
Yeah,
I
like
had flowers, more flowers.
yeah, right.
Like to
It's
make like a poppy